Fortunately for us, joining us now, Houston Dynamo left back. He's captained the team on a number of occasions this year from Sweden. He is Adam Lundqvist, and he joins us now. Adam, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's cover a couple of good topics here because I'm really excited to talk to you here. First of all, with the next two, FC Dallas, Austin FC, you heard me mention we got 5 more games in July here, and they're coming thick and fast, and it's a lot of points. The next 2 games, being at FC Dallas, Austin FC, rivals, does that even play into the equation right now, or is this more just about it's do or die? We need points.
It's a bit of both. I think for us, we really need these points to bounce back from these last two games we had. We had a little tough little bout here, but I think being it's 2 rivalry games too is gonna add something extra to it, and especially for our fans. I mean, we as a team, we're focusing on just getting back to winning ways, but if it can happen to be against these 2 teams, it's going to be an extra little spice to it, and I really think that it could be a huge momentum booster going into, like you say, to a busy schedule in July and heading into towards the end of the season when every point really matters to get into the playoffs.
And a great crowd at the last game, July 3rd, expected potential sellout for this one against FC Dallas. So I mentioned again, you can get tickets at HoustonDynamo.com. I would hurry up and get them. July always seems to kind of be in Major League Soccer a month that can sway in either direction. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like this is kind of when this season, you know, when it take a little turn, like when you played almost every team and then you're switching to playing them a second time, so you kind of know wherever like what all the teams are about, and this is really about, you know, now is a great time to make a run and you know, get some quick results. And like you say, the games are coming up fast, and just to get kind of in a momentum going into the fall is very important in order to get to in a good position to set you up to be in the playoffs. And in the playoffs, everything can happen. And we, like I said, that's been our goal. The mindset all season is to get into the playoffs and then take it from there.
Adam Lundqvist, 4 assists on the season so far. Adam, your game is, I mean, let's face it, it's a very physical game. The job you have, I consider maybe the toughest in the game these days with the amount of running you have to do. There's no way to sugarcoat it. You got to go box to box. You got to control a side of the field. It is pretty remarkable. And I sometimes forget, because we're in an air conditioned booth, that you're down there doing this in 90+ degree heat. Just take me into, you know, the physical side of this and how you maintain your physical, because, you know, you're pushing here, large volume of games.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been here for a while now, so I can't say that I'm used to the heat, but I'm kind of learning how to tolerate it, and I know what my body needs and what it requires in order to stay healthy, in order to keep putting up those numbers that I need to do. And like you say, it's a physical game, and MLS is a very physical league in general. So you need to be on top of everything. Like you need to stay in shape, you need to eat the right thing. And I think we have a really good setup in the team. When we have a dietitian that's always around our training ground, we have a great physical staff that helps me to prepare for every game. And I take a lot of pride in always being ready and always giving everything for the team and making sure that I am reliable. And I think that's probably my main job as a defender, is to be reliable and being someone that always going to show up on game days to be there and put on a great performance. So I take a lot of pride in that, and I know it's demanding, but it's a very, very fun position, and it's a fun job too, because you get to be involved in both defensive side and also the offensive side. So I mean, it's a job I love and I really cherish.
He's Adam Lundqvist. All right. So with all due respect to all dietitians out there, would the advice from a dietitian be, Adam, eat everything you see because of the amount of calories you're burning?
Yeah, like I had no idea, like when I first came here, how much, like how I needed to increase my intake of calories. Like I didn't know, I thought I was eating pretty well. And then sitting down with the dietitian, Brett is his name, he's a great guy. And he really made me realize that I need to, because the amount of running I'm doing, I need to eat so much more and in order to keep doing it on a regular basis. So I really learned that over this last couple of seasons. And like I say, I constantly nowadays. So my wife is getting tired of me because she's always like, I'm going out, eating snacks and eating some, I don't know, in between dinners, I'm always eating something, and it's like I'm eating her out of the house.
He's Adam Lundqvist. He's joining us now. Okay, I was down at training this week, just seeing Hector Herrera out there mixing with the team as somebody who's in the team, who's with Hector, who's a teammate. Tell me just kind of what kind of impact he's had in a short amount of time for you.
I think just that, like, I can feel like it's a new buzz around the training ground. Like when he's there, like he adds a little extra because everyone knows what type of quality he has as a player. I really didn't have the chance to had that many sessions with him yet, but I've heard very great things. Like how, and also it's very important to see. I think for all of us and like for everyone to see how a professional at that level, how he carries himself. And I think these first couple of days he's been with us, you can really see how professional he is, and he's such a hard worker. And I think I'm really surprised how he adapted like to the heat this fast, because I haven't heard him complaining at all. And you can also feel that he's motivated being here, and I think that's a huge booster for us. And as an organization, it's great to have such a quality play and being at the top of his game, and then wanting to be here. And it's going to make us be a very competitive team going forward. That's for sure.
You've captained the team. You see sort of the air that he has around him. I have felt that just watching it from the outside. Is this someone that you think in 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks from now, we're going to look at him and we'll see him blooming a little bit when it comes to the leadership side and taking a little bit more on as he gets acclimated to the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, you can see, like you say, we have to give him time. He's been moving, he's been living in Europe for I don't know how many years now. So just being able to get him settled in, his family, get everything organized. It's going to take some time, so we have to be patient. But I think he's already showing signs of leadership. Just like I said, how he carries himself, how professional he is, and then you can see his quality in training. And like I said, I haven't had that much time to train with him yet, but the small amount I've seen is like you can see how good he is. And like you said, even a couple of weeks, I think just by him performing and just being himself on the field is he's gonna turn into a leader for us. And I think, but also like I said, it's not just up to him. Like I think the rest of the team has to help him out. We have to make him feel at home, and also he's one guy of a team. Like we have 11 starting players, so we can't just relax because he's here. We have to get better as well. And in order to make this team grow and grow together with him, it's a huge important role we all have in this.
Is that something we have to be careful of? Is maybe because he's here, people that play in and around him maybe step back a little bit too much? I mean, is that something that really has to be considered?
I mean, I think there's certainly some aspects to it. Like, I mean, if he's such a good player, and that with a good player like that, I think it should bring more of like, okay, look, we have this player now. He plays to a certain standard. Let me get to that standard. I think it's at least that's how I think. I think like this guy played in very huge games in his career, like has a lot of experience and very good quality. Like, how can I reach the same? Like, just watching him, like I said, how he is around the training facility, what he does, what he does during the drills, like how he train and all that stuff. But I think it kind of pushes us also to like get to the same type of level. And I think it's a huge responsibility for us too, because I think everyone knows that one player can't change a whole team. It's going to take all of us. So I think we have to get better, and in order to help him acclimate as fast as possible. And I think we're doing that already. We're showing steps all the time. We're taking small steps, but like I said, we have to be a little bit more patient. We're getting there, but we're not really all the way there, and we want to get better and grow as a team even more.
Talking to Adam Lundqvist, Houston Dynamo left back, 4 assists on the year, has done a good job joining into the attack and sealing off that left side of the field. So there's one thing I know we're going to be talking about in the pregame show on Saturday. It's probably a matchup with you and Paul Arriola, the U.S. international. Is that a guy you're watching a lot now and you kind of look at his habits, or watch some tape on him? That to me is going to be a great matchup. Obviously, we're hoping you get the best of it for sure.
Yeah. So do I. No, but honestly, I prepare for every winger I face. I think it's a great advantage you have as an outside back to watch video and to watch the winger that you're facing in order to see what kind of tendencies they have and what moves they like and what's their comfort zone. And I mean, I take great pride in being a kind of locked down defender. That's my job. I'm a defender, so I need to be on top of my game. I need to know what the wingers like to do, how they like to move around the field. And I think, like I said, I've faced a lot of great wingers, so I think I prepared the same for everyone. But he's a very talented player. I have huge respect for everyone I play in this league, so I'm gonna prepare like I always do, watch video and come prepared on Saturday.
When he hits those diagonal runs trying to go between you and the center back closest to you, maybe explain to my listeners about how far you have to track him, when and if you pass him off, if you have to get inside of him. How does that kind of work? Because, you do spend a lot of time out wide, but you've done an excellent job coming inside and providing cover for your center backs as well on many occasions this year.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's all about, the timing of the run to see if the guy who is going to make the pass, if he's ready to make the pass. And I think I have to track him and then also watch the offside line to see if he's going to travel offside. And if he's going offside and the guy is going to pass the ball, it's not even ready, I can kind of let him run offside and leave him. But other than that, I have to also try to bump him so he doesn't just get a free run and so that he can get up to speed, because then if it's a well-timed ball, it's a well-timed pass, it's going to be difficult to track. I mean, even though maybe I can catch him with my speed, but if the timing is right, you have to like bump them and try to get in their way so they just can't get a free run. And I think it's a lot of communication too between me and the center backs, because there's going to be a lot of times where they do those runs and they make them very unselfishly. Dallas does a really good job in always threatening behind, and I think we have to do a good job passing on and telling each other that if the run it's timed, or if it's not timed, that we can let them run, or if we have to follow it and drop as a unit. So I think that's some of the aspects that I can say, but it's going to be a tough battle. But I think we're very prepared. We have some really good guys. We have fast guys in the back line that can track them. So I think we set up pretty nice against them.
You've got a really strong mentality and character, I notice in these games. Arriola does too. This is a guy that doesn't stop running, right? So it's kind of like a real mental game as well as a physical one, right?
Yeah, no, totally. Like I said, if he's a winger and I'm the defender, I'm gonna defend him. I need to win my 1v1 battle. Like that's my mindset every time I go into a game, that I have to be better than the guy I'm facing. And in my job is to neutralize the opposition's, like their wingers and their attacking players. So I take great pride in that, and I think we as a team has done a great job too this season to help each other. And I think we've been better as a unit, and I think we can still get better. We can still improve. We're always looking to improve, but I think we've done a great job helping each other and covering for each other. So I think the defensive mentality is really there. And I think, like you say, it's going to be a battle on Saturday. And I think we're all, and I know we're all prepared for it. And we want to go out and really show from the start that we are the home team and they're coming into our house trying to get points from us. And it's not gonna be easy.
It's going to be an exciting weekend. Houston Dynamo taking on FC Dallas. You can catch it on AT&T Sportsnet. Better yet, get out to the game live. HoustonDynamo.com. We're talking to Adam Lundqvist, Houston Dynamo left back. He's been the captain of the team on numerous occasions this year. Jesus Ferreira is a challenge too, because he's the kind of guy that kind of pulls off a back line, and that means vertically your midfield's got to help defend him as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, they have a very they're very talented offensive players, so we have to be aware of all of them. But the way they play, he likes to kind of pop up everywhere. He likes to drift. So I guess the same you said, like when we have to pass players on, we have to talk to each other in order to apply pressure and letting, so that we know who is going to pressure him and when to let him run. Because if he's I don't know, if he's running around floating and he's pops up in front of our midfielders, he's not really a threat. So I think they do a very good job with him running around and attracting attention, and then trying to play balls over the top because people kind of bite to his movement. But I think we're working on to try to be close to him, always have him under pressure, but also passing him on and just being patient and not be too aggressive in order to expose ourselves with some vertical threats.
Adam, thanks so much for coming on the program. We appreciate it. Kind of a special edition here ahead of your game against FC Dallas. We look forward to it. It's going to be a big crowd out there. I wish you the best of luck as always. And hey, before I let you go, did you watch the Stanley Cup final? Because I know you're a big hockey guy.
Yeah, no, I did. I definitely did. I watched the whole series. I did. It was a great battle. It was, like I said, it was an amazing series. I think Colorado was deserved winners though. And it was kind of cool to see the Swedish captain to lift the Stanley Cup. That's kind of cool to see.
Yeah. Adam, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate it.
All right. That's Adam Lundqvist. We wish him best of luck against FC Dallas this weekend. Dynamo need the 3 points. Had him in Frisco. A late little bit of a meltdown there, but they had controlled that game up in Frisco, Texas. They look to do it Saturday night. We'll take a break. It's the best in soccer talk, self-proclaimed, brought to you by John Daspit, the Daspit Law Firm, daspitlaw.com.